fully purple loadout for CS2, and we're starting off with the pistols. First off, we have the Glock 18 Moonrise, which is easily my pick. It is just $1.3 in factory new and looks pretty good. As for the Tech 9, the Decimator in field tested is perfect in my opinion, but it is a bit more expensive as it goes for around $8. But before we go onto the city side, this video was sponsored by Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is a CSGO trading platform where you can trade your old rusty CSGO skins for some new shiny ones in just a few seconds. The way it works is pretty simple. You select the skins you want to trade and you select the ones you want to get. You click trade and it's done. If you use my code OZNI on the website, you get a bonus of up to $5 for absolutely free when you trade on the website. And you also get a 35% bonus when buying balance. On top of that, they have daily, weekly and monthly giveaways in the freebies page. The link to the website is in the description, and thank you Skins Monkey for sponsoring this video. On the city side, we have the Souvenir USP Purple DD Pad, which is my favorite one in minimal wear for around $5.5. If you don't want the stickers on the souvenir version, you can just scratch them off and it looks pretty good. For the 5.7, I chose the Violent Damio, which fits in this inventory perfectly, and the best part is it's only $0.5 in factory new. And for the pistol that you can use both on the T and CT side, we have first off the P250. I picked the Vinyl Primo in field tested, which goes for just $3, and the Desert Eagle is pretty hard as there isn't a fully purple one, but the trigger discipline is the closest option and it is just $0.9 for a minimal wear. I know it is kind of pink, but the reality is there aren't many to choose from. For the Mach 10 we have the Ultraviolet, which is the best one in my opinion, and it is only $2.8 in minimal wear, and if you get a low float one it will basically have no scratches. For the MP9 we have the Wild Lily, which is easily the best choice, but there's a small problem. It is around $2,000 in factory new, so a cheap option would be the Mount Fuji, which I know isn't fully purple, but it is pretty close and it looks really nice. Going over to the rifles, on the T side we have the Galil Phoenix Backlight, and this is easily the best pick, but just like before there is a small problem. It is around $50 in factory new. If you can go for it, go ahead, but if you want a cheaper option, I would go for the Sandstorm in minimal wear, which is just around $2.5. For the SG we have the Ultraviolet, but it is not very cheap. It costs around $18 in minimal wear, but there isn't much to choose from, and this is easily the best choice in my opinion. Going over to the AK-47, the best pick is the Neon Rider, and this one goes for around $55 in minimal wear, or if you want to save some money you can go for the field tested version, which costs around $25. Now on the city side we have the FAMAS Rapid Eye Movement, and this one is perfect because it is cheap and it fits in this inventory perfectly. The eyes on the skin also look very alive and they kind of pop off, which is pretty cool. For the M4A4 it is kinda hard, but the Desolate Space is the closest to purple that we can get. It actually has a lot of purple and it is not expensive at all, so this is the one I'm going with. For the M4A1S we have two choices. The first one is the Night Terror in Battle Scar, which is the best cheap choice, but another option which is also more expensive is the Decimator in minimal wear, and you can even add some purple stickers to it so that it looks better, because this one, the higher the float is, the darker it will be. For the AUG, this one is actually very hard, but the Death by Puppy is the closest we have to purple, and it costs around $6 in minimal wear, so the price isn't really that expensive. Going over to the AWP, we have the Lightning Strike, and this one in my opinion is the best option, but as you may know, it is very expensive, so if you want something cheaper, I would go with the Neo Nor, which is also nice and combos well with the M4 Neo Nor if you want both. And last but definitely not least, we have the Knife and Glove combo. My favorite one, and this one is actually very expensive, is the Butterfly Knife Ultraviolet with the Sport Gloves Pandora's Box, but as I said, this one is expensive, so if you want a cheaper one, I really like the Ursus Knife Ultraviolet with the Driver Gloves Imperial Plate in Well Worn, and this is still quite expensive, but it is much more affordable than the last one and it looks very nice. You can change the knife to any other ultraviolet knife depending on your budget, but if you want the gloves in better condition than Well Worn, they will be very expensive. That is it. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for daily CS2 videos.